Good morning, everyone. How are you on this Tuesday morning? I hope you're doing well. I know I had some things to say before I started this today, but I've forgotten it all. Could have something to do with, I just, got up maybe a couple hours ago. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get into it, shall we? Alright. So, who's our guide for the day? Of course, Scotty. Good old Scotty. Alright. We've seen Scotty before, but I don't quite remember everything about her. And it is very early, so I haven't quite had my tea yet. Here we go. Okay, so with Scotty, the most important thing in your life's work right now, today, is going to be knowing yourself. We just celebrated Independence Day, maybe, a couple days ago? Now it's time to express that independence, that personal independence. You're going to have to start being authentic today. Compromise is part of every relationship, but when compromise pushes you to be someone you are not, changes need to be made. There's an easier way to do things. Just speak plainly. That's really it with Scotty. What you see with her is what you get. And today that's going to be very important for you. You watching this right now. Definitely a good day to be authentic. Something had told me to bring the spirit, the Sacred Rebel Oracle in. I just didn't today. So for our spirit animal, we got an eagle. It says, Spirit has your back. That's always good to know. I think we've seen the eagle pop up before. As a matter of fact, here we go. So think of all the eagles flying high above other birds, soaring on the wind. Eagle Spirit has appeared to ask whether you're willing to soar to new heights, even if that means solitude for a while. Truly all the wisdom of the world's available to you. When the storms flash across the sky, it's the Eagle Spirit that raises you above it all, helping you to conquer fear and overcome adversity, reminding you that Spirit has your back and wants you to experience life at its fullest. At this moment, you are meant to know that you have the highest of wisdom and courage within, gifted to you by Spirit and all that comes with it. Boldly build your nest in a lofty space and know that now you can fly effortlessly, proudly embodying Eagle Spirit in all of her glory and grace, claiming what is truly yours in divine timing. So far, expressing that independence, that even if it's just independence of thought. This is why I keep telling people, you have to love yourself or no one else will. Also, be very, very careful with groupthink. Groupthink is not something you want to engage in today. Having that independence means expressing your thoughts and opinions very plainly. You can still be polite, but asserting that you have a boundary. This is what's yours. Unless someone can be very persuasive, you're not going to change that. So, let's see what the tarot message is today. Got a lot of feathers going on. Probably a lot of feathers going to get ruffled today. I'm thinking that could be the case. So, for the past, we have an 8 of Swords. Present, we have a Queen of Coins. And for future, we have a 9 of Wands. That 8 of Swords, the Magician's hand held back. There we go, better. So the Magician's hand held back by someone else. It's a very small hand. Can be easily thwarted. Sometimes that which holds us back seems insurmountable. Not really. It's an illusion. So with this 8 of Swords, the Magician's hand was being held back. But here's the thing. By who? The Magician is master of all that they set out to conquer. They're masters of their craft, they're masters of themselves, most of all. So when someone else tries to hold the Magician back, depending on the Magician, that can seem a little, that hand holding him back can seem a little tight. It's not. One good pull and it's all over. And then everything about that hand doesn't mean a thing anymore, because it no longer holds that hand back, right? And with this Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles, however you want to put it, this is more nurturing. So right now you're in that sort of state where it's you're kind of in a practical state is what it is. And that practicality is what's driving you. But you've got that 9 of Wands coming up pretty soon. And that is going to be strength, your stamina, that staying power, and that capability. It's really going to be burning. Very, very brightly, very hot. You can definitely get that fire energy out of it. But that's another. See, this is more the way I'm looking at it. Let's tell a story, shall we? Here's what I see. This is your decision to stay held back again, chained to the darkness of your past. At present, working on something, nurturing it, molding it, shaping it, and then a wealth of it. This is a lot of prosperity. This is actually the fruit of your current labor coming up. So I'd kind of like to know what that is. Wouldn't you? Well, things are looking pretty good today, but it's going to take a little work. So we have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening, right? Take a break. A life's work. Not a season. Get off the treadmill for a while. And then here we go. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. You know, I got a book I'm going to grab real quick. I'm going to show you something. So, this really has nothing to do with tarot itself. However, right now what I'm getting from this is you're kind of creating your own little paradise. You know, you're working on that. But you need to take a break. You know, slow down just a little bit. And have a little fun. you know. This is about transforming your mind, because it says right here, do something to change your energy. So, maybe you've gone a little too much one way or the other. And I was watching the weekly astrology video over at Fixed Air Moon last night. And Brian, as I tried to both pay attention and read at the same time, he said, are we ready to change our minds? Because yes, things are changing. Things are changing rapidly at that. Just because July 4th is over doesn't mean the fireworks have stopped. And he said, are we ready to change our minds? To which I posted on Twitter, that quote. And then I posted this with my caption, new shit has come to light, man. Think The Big Lebowski, News. Let me see if I can do this. New shit has come to light, man. And this book, I just kind of started on it. The first couple pages were a little daunting because it mentioned a lot of astrological stuff, which I'm still not all that familiar with. I'm kind of slowly getting to know it. But right now, in its introduction, it is speaking in very plain language that I can understand. So, by the way, if you want a copy of this book, it's out of print. And it's probably going to run you about $100. Good luck. And it's by Donald Tyson, so I'll hold that up right here. If this is what you're looking for, good luck finding it at a reasonable price. I hope you do. But let's kind of go through each one of these real quick. We have Lemuria. Looks like Dance with Life is an action card. That's good. And so is Take a Break. So those are 2 action cards there. That's a great thing. Ooh, found Lemuria. Or nope, sure didn't. Okay, well, where did it go? Don't tell me they didn't dedicate anything to this one. And there we go, transmission card. Okay, now I see. Transmission cards. So, you may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Lemuria, or Mu, is one of Earth's lost lands where heaven really was a place on Earth. A time before we were kicked out of the garden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony, all beings were seen as equal, and were deeply reverent to the Earth. We knew a mosquito was no worse than us, and the sun no better. Perhaps you're part of a transition team whom at soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. And it's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet, especially today. However, you're being encouraged to keep holding that clear vision of the future. It's closer than you think. So, yeah, just hold the line, people, hold the line. Well, let's see. We do need to take a break, do we not? It seems my idiocy has caused me to lose the places that I saved, which is very, very nice. Great. Okay. Bear with me, folks, because haven't exactly had my tea yet, and I'm not all there. So, taking a break. It's okay to take a break. Enjoy those creations. Take a moment from your busy schedule to get off the treadmill for a while. Appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing. To be in the moment and enjoy where you are. Perhaps you've just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take a long walk in nature, go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish. And here we go. With the dancing here. So get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected with the systemic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, simply do something that you would not usually do to shift the energy. You can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it, and you can't attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It's time to shift things up and find a way to dance along with the beat of life. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Sounds good to me. I'll probably be doing that this weekend. Who knows? So finally, what are the secrets that we need to know? What are the things that are about to be whispered to us? Ingus, Fehu, and Hagalars. Oh boy. So, I know Hagalars in that future thing is kind of weird to me. Fehu doesn't strike me as so odd. Ingu's getting that personal power to develop slowly makes sense, actually. So, just to sum up on the runes here. Let your personal power build very slowly. Okay? It's best not to blow your top. And sometimes we tend to do that, don't we? This is just using a little common sense, really. Fehu is obviously wealth. Lots and lots of wealth. That's luck, success, and happiness. And Hagalars, we're going to be tested. Or we are definitely going to be tested. We're going to be tested on such a level that things might get destroyed. Situations may change. But that's what you were nurturing. This is what is in order today. I'm trying to take a little bit out of life, maybe change things up. Listen, sometimes having the same thing day in, day out is probably not good for you. You might need just another element, just one little thing, one difference out of your day to make it all worthwhile. You don't have to worry. Just be authentically you. Your probably going to be alone for a little bit. You'll probably find yourself cast away by people who once called you their friend. But when you spend that time alone, really getting to know yourself, really being good to yourself, you're going to find that sometimes you're a lot happier on your own. Sometimes you don't need others. That'll give you enough cause for celebration. And what you'll find is that the few friends who do actually stick around you, they're going to help you develop. And that's where your wealth really lies. That's what points at that Nine of Wands there. This whole experience is going to try and test you. And a lot of times it's not going to make sense. But remember, today's only the beginning. That Nine of Wands in your future, that kind of wealth and prosperity, I don't think that this refers to money so much as it does who you really have in your corner, who is really willing and ready to support you. You may even face some gaslighting. In fact, I'm seeing it. But remember, don't ever doubt yourself. Stay true. Stay true to everything you believe in, because it's all that's actually solid. No matter how many times someone tells you that what you think is not so, you may have to collect a few pieces of evidence just to kind of reassure yourself. Make sure you examine it. Make sure that it's solid. Your true friends are going to stand by you, and they may be very, very few, but in the end, they are the best thing you're going to have. Not all the money in the world can replace that. Even Skadi, after she married into the Ice Cedar gods, even she couldn't stay in one place too long, and neither could her husband. Her husband couldn't stay too long where she was from. She couldn't stay where her husband was from. They had to kind of make a compromise. They lived in one place for a while, then they went to the other, and they went back and forth. But they found they just weren't quite at home in one place or the other, and neither wanted to completely leave. As a matter of fact, she was authentic enough to know that. Now the question is, how authentic are you today? Are you going to speak plainly and let the chips fall where they may, or are you too wrapped up in what everyone else thinks? Because guess what? This is being drawn into unnecessary drama. This is more or less a warning. Watch out for this guy. Don't get drawn into that. Alright, so that's everything today. Just remember, be good to yourselves and each other. I love and appreciate all of you. I'm glad that you could join us today. Yeah, I know. I love you so much. Take care of yourselves and each other. And as always, shine on.